Hey, welcome back to the channel. I have not posted in a while. Been a long while. And the reason I'm posting is much like everything else that I've posted on this channel. I went looking to learn this song and I couldn't find anything. So from what limited lessons I could find, plus some live versions and some different clips on YouTube, I think I found a pretty good. It's not definitive. I think only Great Keelor could tell you what is definitive, and whatever he decided to share with Colin Cripps. But based off of, there is one video a gentleman posted a few years ago, but he's playing a six string, so he sort of rearranged it a little bit to play some octaves. And then he plays some things in a different position where I believe, instead of up here at the seventh, Keelor's down here at the nut, same notes, just a little different feeling. I think a lot of what he does there is to get that octave feeling. Anyway, so what really helped me actually was a few live versions. One specifically from 1991, Canada Day Party up in Molson Park, in which, oddly enough, Keelor is playing a Gibson Les Paul with P90s, but whatever. The studio version, he is playing a Rickenbacker 12. I do not own a Rickenbacker 12, but I own this Eastwood 12, which is very similar to an Epiphone Riviera of the 50s and 60s. It gives me that. So the song is in G, and it opens up on a G note at the fifth on the D string. So that is, he strikes that fifth twice and walks down. And then it's an open G, but I think he also catches the D there before striking that G chord. And then already we're into, I'm not really sure what Keelor's doing here. It's a C of some variety, but it's not a full root C. It's not that note is in there. The C note is in there. But this E is definitely not in there. So what I do, and it gets me by, after I do the what I'm doing is I'm moving, I'm doing like a Gilmore G where, like there's, so a typical G would be, but I add the that's just how I do a G. So I lift off the pinky, I lift off the index, and the middle finger comes down onto that C note. Everything else is open. So it's a open, 3, open, open, 3, open. And he sort of does this sort of jangly. It's what my ear hears. Is it 100%? No, but trust me, it'll get you there. It does that twice. And then it goes into the singing. Now, there are a lot of tutorials for the chords on this and what Cuddy is doing. So I'm really not going to show you that part. There's plenty of playthroughs and tutorials, and the tabs are out there. But I will show you, if Keelor and Cuddy are playing something different, I'll show you both parts there. So, I want to know where my confidence went. One day it all disappeared. Lying in a hotel room miles away, voices next door in my ear. So he is doing the G, walking down to the F sharp, to an E minor, to a C, to a D. So... And sometimes he does a little jangly which if you know hasn't hit me yet. Right, that little. I know that's supposed to be a capo too, but so back to the G. Sometimes, and you have to listen to where he places it, he does the little walk down again. So they do that twice, and then the pre-chorus, I don't want to go, I know I can't stay, I don't want to run feeling this way, where Cuddy's doing the C, like a straight cowboy chord, C to a D. Keelor is doing a C to a D, but he's up here, so you take a C, and you lift the index, and you've just got the two bass notes. And then you slide it up a full position to the D. Back. Right, so he does that. And then I don't know if this is Basil, the bass player, or Keelor, but there's a little walk down back down to that A, which is the opening riff. So which then goes into the Till I Am Myself Again, which Cuddy is doing the A minor, B minor, C to a D. Keelor does not do that. That video from 1991, in which it does show his hand, he doesn't do the chords, he just plays the bass line. So he's going. So he plays the A minor with Jim, and then he just plays the bass. So B. So it's A string, second fret, third fret. The D is the fifth, but he doesn't get there because he has to slide up to the seventh on the D string. No, actually, he slides right into the ninth. To the seventh on the G. And I play it just a little bit different than that, and I think this is kind of what Colin Cripps plays now live, where I just do all bars, but I kind of jangle it out a little bit. What I like about doing that, and I think it fills the sound out just a little bit, but what I like about doing it is it kind of puts my finger already on that D. Right, my finger's already on the D. I just got to slide up to the 9, right? So that's the two ways you can play it. I like my way just because it fills it out and it's a bit easier. But Keelor actually holds that sort of root note, the root position. So they go back into, there's a seat on the corner, and the chords are all the same. And then he comes in and he does I know it's time, one big step. And then he does that same part again. But this time, instead of going down to that root position G, he catches this G up on the 7th. It's a D shape, up on the 7th. So it's that sort of same. You're adding that pinky, where everybody else now slides down to a D. He does a D, but it's sort of here. Remember? He's in a D, but he's not catching this D note. He's catching, it's basically bass notes of your D, of your G, but that note right there is in it. So he's, that's your D. So you think about it going, right? So he's kind of doing a hybrid D with a G with a D in the bass. So that little hammer, that D, and he's hammering on the that 8th note on the B, which was technically a D. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And then he goes into the solo, and the solo is a little tricky. That is not note for note. So, there's in the comments, I don't want to see any swing and a miss. It's at least a stand-up double. Maybe even a slide stolen third. Anyway, so it's kind of an odd pattern, and I don't think he plays it twice, but I'll try to get it as close as I can. So let me show you the pattern. So it's just all on the E and the B string, and sometimes you're 2 frets apart, sometimes you're 1 fret apart. So it's 10, oops, so and live, Colin Cripps adds this and this. But anyway, so I know that he strikes this 3 times. He strikes this once down there. Playing around with that, and then he goes down into the So what is that? That starts here on the A note on the G. So up 2. Down to the 3rd on the B, back down to the 3rd, 1, and you're going to pull off, and then onto that A, and you're going to pull off again, and land on that the third of the fourth of the D. And then you're going to go back to the second, open to the G. So 2-4 on the D, open 2-4 on the G, open 2-4-5, sorry, and then open on the G to the second, open on the B, open 1 3 5, back to 3 5. So that's that. He does that twice. So I hope that made sense. The rest of the band, Jim hits that big G. Keelor does not. He does not come back in until I had a dream that my house is on fire. People left as it burned. I tried to run, but my leg was numb. And then I tried to run, but my leg was numb. I had to wait till the feelings returned. And then he does that once. You can hear that bass line sort of like. But he comes in at that. They go through the chorus. They go through the pre-verse, pre-chorus. Okay, and then this time when he comes out of that, so the first time he comes out of it, he goes to a G. Second time he comes out of it, he goes into a G here and then into the solo. The third time he does it, he comes out of it and he goes into the outro, which is. So that he does that 4 times. That back to this D, C, G. Whole band finishes on a G. I hope that was conclusive enough. I think if you're trying to learn this and it's because you want to play it live, if you play what I just showed you live as the lead guitar, I think you'll pull it off. And that's what it's all about. Pulling it off and making people dance. Okay. Thank you very much.